Yeah, yeah. What's going on? What's going on? This is your boy Ryan, and I'm back. Not with another podcast episode, but it's like a mini episode. Um, so I just really just came up here to say I really want to thank you all for tuning in to the Everything Is Wrong podcast. This was really a thought. Um, and for me to actually take this serious, I'm proud of myself. So I want to first say that I'm proud of me. For doing something that I was afraid to do. I hate my voice, so listening back to it is painful. Um, but I feel like it's great conversation, great dialogue. So I'm going to continue to put out my best work, and I can only get better, and we can only go up from here. So bear with me. Right now, I know people ask about how often will I, release episodes, and I know some people wanted them like every day. But right now, that's kind of like impossible with me still being in school, me working full time, me being, an advisor for a male mentoring organization. So it's a lot. So my schedule is hectic. So right now, Fridays and Sundays is my recording day, for the podcast. So right now, those are my 2 days, and then like Monday is my like edit day, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm probably going to release on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and maybe do a live every other Friday. I don't know yet, so we just have to see how that plays out because I've gotten a lot of requests for people to come up and be special guests, and I also have about 4 episodes already in the stash. So I've really been working. Like I'm excited, for you know where this could take me or where I could go with this. I just kind of want to see how far I can go. I hope it's far. Right now, I'm looking at the analytics, and we're up 72%. I was just up 18%. Now I'm up 72%. So shout out to everybody that's downloading the podcast, that's listening to the podcast, that's rocking with the podcast. I really thank y'all because without y'all, this would not be possible. So I just wanted to kind of come on and just say that. So I am going to release this on the 6th. But again, this is not like an official episode. This is like a thank you for tuning in. Kind of like a little update on how often I'll be dropping episodes. So I'm going to try to drop 2 a week. If not, it's going to be 1 a week. Like I said, I've been recording. Like Fridays and Sundays is my days I record. So if you're trying to work, let's fucking go and let's fucking work. Because listen, we can only go up from here. Like I can't wait for y'all to hear episode 3. Episode 2 was actually great. Like I listened to episode 2 like 3 times, like back to back. And it was just so fucking good. Like shout out to Alyssa, aka Little Mary. Make sure you go follow her on Instagram at _ Little Mary _ Like I love her, so I want to thank her for coming to do my show twice. Like she came twice and she showed out twice. So she's going to be on. Actually, she's going to be on episode 2, 3, and 4, and maybe motherfucking 5. So she might be a co-host. You never know, like where this is going to, lead us because she's dedicated. Like she's, helping me out. Y'all get to meet or hear and listen to my other best friend, Wody. So she got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss. She's an entrepreneur, so we really gonna dig in, into that. So if you're a business owner, I really would like to, talk with business owners, couples, um, whatever you do, teachers. I want to have something for everybody, not just for myself. I want to, record episodes and make episodes that fit everybody, not just, young people. I want over, like my mom actually was like, put me and your Mimi up here. So my mom and my aunt, they on the list of special guests. So we're going to get an episode with them. Just trying to figure out how that's going to look. I have some co-workers who want to come up here. So I just have to see how all of that's going to look, because this is the Everything's Raw. And I'm gonna be honest, my mama texted me, was like, don't lose your job. And I'm like, bro. So stuff like that. I'm just, being honest. Like, so I just have to see, how everything is going to play out. But I just want to thank y'all, and just to come up here and chat with y'all for a little bit. My day was all right. I'm ready for Friday. So today is March 5th, is voting day. So by the time y'all hear this, it's going to be March 6th. So I hope y'all went out and voted, because this is a very critical primary election. So I really do hope you went out and voted. And if not, you please vote in November. So, if you voted, thank you, because you're helping educators. You're helping, you're helping everybody pretty much. But right now, if you live in Durham, you're really like helping us educators. So make sure y'all got out and make sure that y'all voted and got out to vote. And if not, I encourage you to vote in November or any other elections that we have coming up. I really encourage you to vote if you have not voted. Also, I encourage you to talk to your kids about voting and the importance of voting. So when they turn 18 and they're able to vote, it's not a foreign language. Because I think that's pretty much what's happening. Like, you remember we used to vote as kids in school? Like, stuff like that. It used to be like a whole, they used to make a polling station in the school. Like, they don't do stuff like that anymore. I think it's like on a computer, like something like that. You got to go to a link and click. It's not the same. Like, you don't get that same voting day experience. So talk to your kids about that. I feel like that's important, to talk about on this episode. Make sure your kids know about voting and the importance of voting. So yeah, moving on. From that, I'm gonna try to go to at least. I don't want to go over 15 minutes for this episode. I really don't. I really didn't want to go over 5, but I'm at 8. So yeah, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with the Everything's Raw podcast, and shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me for real. I'm going to do a cash prize raffle next week. So if you follow Everything Raw podcast on Instagram, your name is going to go in the drawing. So if you follow the account, or should I do it at 100 followers? So get me to 100 followers, and then I do the cash prize. How about that? 100 followers, cash prize. So before I go, let's recap. So thank y'all for tuning in and rocking out with me with the Everything Raw podcast. This has become like my baby, honestly. Like, it's so exciting, for real. Like, I'm just ready to see how far I can take this and how far I can go. I'm trying to get on Apple right now, so that's coming real soon. I just got to keep putting out the content and making the content, but right now I'm hungry. Like, this is what I want. So I'm trying to put on for the city. Like, shout out to the Bull City, shout out to Durham, North Carolina. I'm really just trying to put on, and I'm trying to put my people on. Also, I am going to release episode 3 on Thursday. I'm going to be honest with you. So if you're listening to this right now, episode 3 is going to be like an hour and some change. So it is going to be long. And then episode 4 is a continuation of episode 3, because episode 3 was like real long. So I broke that down into 2 episodes. So episode 3 will come out Thursday, and then episode 4 will come out on. Actually, episode 4 might come out Friday. It depends on how I feel. But right now, it's coming out Tuesday of next week. But depending on how I feel, it's going to come out. And then also, if you would like to be a special guest on the Everything's Raw's podcast, I do record podcast episodes on Fridays. Around 6 p.m. I'll start, and then I'm gonna be honest, we finished the other day at like 2 a.m. So I'm like knocking them out back to back. Like, I'm working, like for real. I'm leaving work to come work. I just left work to hop straight on this and talk to y'all. So Fridays and Sundays, let's work. So and if you want to be on live, I am doing an Instagram live Q&A. Or if you just want to be, on the live, pull up Friday. If you need to know the location, hit me up and I'll let you know. And we're going to work. All right. Also, like, if there's anything that, you want to talk about or you don't want to talk about, let me know that, let me know, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. My special guest to tell y'all, I do not give them the questions. Like, I have the questions, but they don't know the questions because I want it to be, real raw and uncut. But if you're not comfortable with that, we could definitely work, and we can go over something together. But I just want to be authentic as possible, and myself as possible. And I feel like myself is just outspoken. Myself is going to say, what first thing to come to my mind, whether it makes sense or not, I'm going to say it. And that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I want this podcast to be me. But I do understand, some people are uncomfortable, and not everybody is as comfortable as me sharing, different things. So if you want to work, let's work. So I thank y'all for rocking with me. I love y'all. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Everything's Raw's Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Everything's Raw's Podcast. We're working on Facebook, getting Facebook back up right now. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Everything's Raw Podcast. We're on YouTube as well. Episodes are actually posted on YouTube. You can listen on Spotify. You can also listen on Amazon Music and YouTube. And we just got approved for another distribution. So if you have any Samsung products, download the Samsung Podcast app, and we are now on the Samsung Podcast app. So if you have a Samsung or any tablets or whatever the case may be, that Samsung, download that and listen to the podcast. So we have that, and I'm also working on, like I said, Apple Music, and also I'm debating if I want to send it to Pandora or iHeartRadio. So one of those are going to be next. I want a big show. I'm really trying to take this far. Because the ultimate goal is to make myself happy, but I also want to make my parents happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have something that's me, like that I started. But thank y'all. I love y'all. Be sure, if you have not listened to episode 1 and 2, make sure you go listen to those before you listen to episode 3. That's going to be dropped tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you listen to episode 1 and 2. All right, and let me know how you feel. Like, be honest with me. All right, let's talk about it for real. So go listen to episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 will be released at midnight tomorrow. So midnight, March 7th. I'm sorry. Midnight, March 7th, the episode 3, with Little Mary, my little sister, Destiny and Kobe. So I had 4 guests on this next 2 episodes. So let's work, and shout out to them. Thank y'all for joining and coming to do my podcast. I do have another episode that we with other special guests, but we're gonna have to record it because after listening to it, and it was I don't feel comfortable right now releasing that type of content because it was when I say really raw, it was really raw. So right now I don't feel comfortable with releasing that one yet. But that one is coming. I might release if y'all really turn me up and really rock with me for real, I'll release it. I might have to edit some parts out of respect of my special guest who said, don't release that. I'm very, respectful. But yeah, it was a really good episode. I swear to God, it was a good episode. But I respect my guests because I want my guests to continue coming back. And, it's nothing to, redo the episode. So, we're going to redo that episode. So, if you listening and you wondering where your episode at, I apologize. But everybody just wasn't on board with it being released. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't really comfortable with releasing it right now. Only because this podcast is so new. I only released 2 episodes. I think that's like a episode that I release when we hit a major milestone. So once we get like 100 downloads or something, So I went over my time yet again. So shout out to everybody that's rocking with Everything's Raw podcast. Thank y'all for reaching out. If you want to be a part, make sure you DM me at Everything's Raw podcast or Ryan A. Wright _ at Instagram. I don't know why I just forgot my Instagram account. Crazy, right? So if you would like to be a part of an episode, definitely reach out to me, and we're gonna make that happen. Again, I'm recording Friday and Sunday. All right. So Sunday, fun day, Sunday. Lit Friday, get litty Friday. So we gonna be in the building on Friday, kid. And make sure you come Friday. Make sure you got your best fit on, because we will be recording it. Kid, dig? All right, I'm out. Love y'all. Shout out to Everything's Raw podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Everything's Raw podcast. Follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Everything's Raw podcast. And that's it. That's all. I'm out. Then you will put. Oh, I forgot to say this. Y'all know I end every video by saying, take God with you wherever you go. And when you can't take him,